got like a tree falling on it.
Get some of that quick patch stuff and we can patch this right now.
Yes, that is a hole in the roof. And in case you're wondering what's happening, a few weeks ago there was this crazy snowstorm and basically there was a tree that fell over and hit one of our buildings. This whole situation got me really thinking about how some landlords might find these situations very stressful. And I realized that the key is actually experience and knowing that there's a solution for pretty much every situation. So what I want to do is I want to take you with me to show you how we go about solving these types of problems quickly and effectively.
Okay, that's a lot of water. Holy sh! You can actually see outside. What the hell? Okay, dude, we have to get you out of this room. Can you just send this out to somebody really quick? You were what time did it happen? 10? You just fell down? Yeah. Leaking, chilling, whatever. Okay, pack like. See what kind of stuff you can get together. Don't like take anything. We might need to move your bed. You know, usually when somebody tells me that they have a leak, it's usually a drip. But this time I was like, wow, there's actually a lot of water coming in. Okay, so we're picking up garbage bins and we gotta get a folding ladder. We might go up just to check it out. Look at that guy. This is the look of a professional.
Yeah, that's not something that's just happened. It's been going on for a while now.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Good times, eh?
Let's climb on the roof and act like we're professionals. See, this is a good arrangement. You carry the ladder, I'll carry my coffee. Hey, here, let me hold it for you. Okay, go if you want to see. Yo, don't fall through the roof. I'll be so pissed. Oh, the tree fell? Whew.
Is there a shovel?
I can find a shovel. So we're on the roof. I think we found the problem. That will do it. Look at that sucker. It fell from that one. Oh man, that's
still green.
That's your question right now? Why is that still green?
Let's get some shovels, shovel this away, get some of that quick patch stuff, and we can patch this right now.
Hey Ahmed, can you hear me? Okay, so the plan is we're gonna shovel a bunch of the stuff off. We're gonna clear the whole area. We're gonna try to make it so that the stuff doesn't all funnel down. Now there are drains somewhere here, and we're gonna try to locate the drain and create a bit of a trough so that the water is diverted away from this and not just pouring into the stuff. So we got a chainsaw. We're gonna chop up some of the big pieces, crack them all together, and hopefully stop the water from going into this guy's room. Okay, so we just uncovered the drain. Good luck, the drain there. It's like an ecosystem in this thing. How's the water gonna go through that? I mean, it's growing great, but moss is definitely happy. So we're troughing it from there. We're gonna try to redirect the water over here somehow.
So there's a lot going on up here. Unfortunately, we did try reaching out to a roofing company to help us out, but they do need dry conditions to work, which we obviously don't have. Water's pouring into the building, we don't really have time to wait. So stopping the water needs to be our top priority. Before we can permanently fix anything, we need to do some damage control. We have to make sure we get the bins, the shovels, and our wicked chainsaw, and then get into cleaning up the sludge and the branches as much as we can. Luckily, the roof did have a few drains all around the place, so we were able to clear up some troughs and redirect the water so that it can drain through those drains. It might look quick in the editing, but the dam and the clearing of all those branches actually did take a lot of time. With the water flow reduced, we decided to go and pick up some hydraulic cement. Just so you know, hydraulic cement is not something we would always use, but is actually perfect for this type of situation as a temporary solution. Hydraulic cement dries in water. Having stopped most of the water that was going into the building, we went underneath and put some plywood there so that we could catch all the cement that we were pouring from above to create our seal. The whole thing got patted down from above, and then we just had to wait for it to dry. Underneath, it was looking pretty good, and we had just plugged it with a piece of plywood and a 2x4 propped up underneath to hold the whole thing in place. We basically waited for a good 3 hours, and voila, no more water. Now, as you're looking at this place and the water damage aside, things are definitely looking a lot better. Less, of course, ignore the mold and all the mildew and all that. We're gonna take care of that later. But taking one good look at this place, it's still really clear that there's a lot of work to be done. Dealing with properties means you have to be getting a little bit creative when things go wrong. Things aren't always gonna be straightforward. It starts with things like assessing the situation. You want to be identifying problems and what are the possible solutions. When it comes to leaks though, you always have to make sure to make the right priorities. Stopping the water should always be #1 priority on your list. And then we can move on to the next things, which is going to be rehab and renovations. Now these steps, you don't really have to be so much creative, but they are very satisfying to see through. Rehab means we're going to be tearing apart all the carpets and any rotted material as a result of the flood. And then we're going to want to dry the place out. And for this, we're going to bring out some of the big guns. We're going to bring in the big dehumidifiers. These are commercial grade pieces of equipment that we're going to put into place for at least 4 days to dry the whole place out. That was a lot of water going in there, and you need to make sure to make the place bone dry before you start covering things up, which allows us now to move into the fun part, renovations. Now, if you've never dealt with things like this, it can probably look pretty bad to you and it might seem overwhelming when you start. And I want to tell you that we've seen way worse, but that's not to say that your situation isn't bad. I'm just saying it to illustrate that these situations can be handled and they are actually quite manageable. And if you do all these things right, you can soon enough have your tenant right back in there in their favorite video game spot like nothing ever happened. What really saved us in this situation was that we took action right away. Sometimes people want to wait for their insurance companies to get in there, do their assessment, meet the adjuster, but trust me, these guys are so slow, and by the time they get in there, there might be so much more damage that occurred, and you can mitigate that damage by just acting on your own quickly. Maybe not do it yourself, but instead work with a company that can provide invoices and receipts. That way you have something to show your insurance company. And you also have to make sure that whoever's charging you doesn't charge you way more than what the insurance company is willing to pay. The takeaway message here is that having a supportive and professional team who knows how to be resourceful when problems come up and can figure out how to get things done is the way to go. Someone who's also going to be there with you in the trenches if you're dealing with yourself. Somebody's going to be there digging with you if you have to dig. Somebody who's going to be there to load up supplies with you when you need to go to Home Depot. And of course, you want some people who are going to be around with you to bring you coffee when you're hard at work and you need it. And if you can do all these things properly, you're going to end up with a well-deserved, fantastically restored unit that you can now put your tenant back in and act like nothing ever happened. And that's it for me, guys. Now, I know this video is a little bit different than what we usually do, so thank you for joining me and sticking around. We really want to show the whole process of how our team goes through working through different types of situations and how we go about coming up with solutions. But now I want to know, what type of crazy property situations have you dealt with? What are your stories? Drop me a comment about them in the comments below. Now, don't forget, if you're looking for real estate investment coaching, we are currently offering free one-on-one coaching sessions for a limited time. You can find information about this through our website, theprofessionallandlordgroup.com. Reach out to us there for more information. All right, everybody, so I hope you found this video to be helpful and informative. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Until then, see you on the next one.